Hey y'all, it's me, Kevvie. It's a new year. It's been a new year. And time to finally share my favorite reads from last year. I don't have it in me to go in depth into all of these, so let's just do them rapid fire. Swimming Pool by Mary Roberts Rinehart. She is the master of mysteries, and this one was so well built, especially in contrast with the book I'd read right before it, Whose Body by Dorothy L. Sayers. Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I read this with Aunt Jan and we both loved it so much. I ship Grace and Rocky so hard. Oh, I cannot wait to see this movie. The Essential June Jordan and Some of Us Did Not Die. June Jordan is my all-time favorite poet, and this was my first time really diving into her work, and I absolutely loved it. She's just a brilliant mind, and I recommend you read both her poetry and her collection of essays. The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. What a beautiful classic. So many people complain it's too long or has too many characters, but I disagree entirely. Everything that happens, every person we meet, is directly involved in Dante's plan for revenge. Fierce Femmes and Notorious Liars by Cheng Thom was such a beautiful book about trans family coming together and taking down our oppressors. It was so uplifting and filled my tranny heart. My favorite transgender celebrity is Alexandra Billings, and last year she came out with her memoir, This Time for Me. I loved it so much I read it twice. I recommend the audiobook for this one because listening to her talk for 14 hours is fantastic. The story of the Marquise-Marquis de Banneville, at the end of the Abbé de Choisy's transvestite memoirs, is a fairy tale of somewhat unknown origin. It's considered to be more likely based on the Abbé than written by her, so many believe it was written by Charles Perrault, who wrote Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty and countless other fairy tales. The idea that a transgender princess story is written by the same guy who wrote so much fairy tale canon excites me to no end. Imagine if this story had been allowed to get as big as his other works. The world's understanding of and treatment of trans people would look so different. Light from Uncommon Stars is a masterpiece by Ryka Aoki. On paper, it sounds like there's too much going on, but it all blends together beautifully. The Little Blue Encyclopedia by Hazel Jane Plante is a beautiful book about trans love and loss. I relate to this book so hard, and it should be at the top of everyone's TBR. The Christie Affair by Nina de Gramont was one of my favorite books of 2021, and now it's back on my list for 2022 because I listened to the audiobook. Honestly, the audio narration brought it to a whole new level. Still the most unbelievable take on Christie's disappearance I've seen, but filled with so much joy and friendship and just oh, it's so cozy and lovely. The Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Souljah is the pinnacle of urban fiction, and I believe a strong contender for the great American novel. Excellent story that still rings true to so many people even to this day. Ceremonies by Essex Hemphill is an excellent collection of queer black poetry. I'm so pissed it's out of print. What can we do to fix that? Tender of the Flesh is incredible. One of the best books ever. Period. I read so much Discworld last year, but my absolute favorite was The Last Hero. Great premise, hilarious storytelling, excellent exploration of the theme of hero versus villain, and just gorgeously illustrated. Woman in the Library was my favorite NetGalley read last year. Super meta thriller with a story within a story that just worked so well. I love Steve Cavanagh's Eddie Flynn series, and The Liar is now my favorite book in that collection. I read a lot of Stephen King last year, maybe even too much, and while I didn't care for quite a bit of it, Dolores Claiborne was fucking phenomenal. Easily his greatest achievement. So there you have all my favorite books from 2022. Sorry I didn't elaborate more. If I tried to, this video would have been delayed even further. Have you read any of these fantastic books? What was your favorite read of 2022? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if it pleases and sparkles, I'll see you in the next video. Mwah!